in these lessons, we've only been talking about whole numbers. Today we're going to continue practicing addition, however we're going to include decimals. So let's talk about what a decimal is. The best example to use with decimals is always money, because it's something that every single one of us thinks about and uses every day. If I tell you that I have $5.40, there's a whole number and there's a part of a number. The whole number that I have is 5. I have 5 whole dollars. It could be $5 bills, it could be one $5 bill, but then there's also this extra piece that I have, the 40 cents. We know that 40 cents is less than $1, it's only a part of it. A decimal is simply a way to represent a part of a whole, a part of a number. I have 40 cents out of $1 in addition to my $5. When we add decimals today, what's going to be crucial is lining up your place values and paying specific attention to where your decimal point is. Take a look at the first example. Normally, when we see addition problems, we write whatever the longest number, the number with the most digits, we write that number on top. And then we line up the other number way over here on the right. When you're adding decimals, if you line your numbers up like this, you're going to get it incorrect. The reason why is because the decimal indicates or shows you the place where your whole numbers stop, and then to the right of it is where we have parts of numbers. So to the left of my decimal are whole numbers, to the right are parts of numbers. So in these problems, you don't just line your numbers up on the right, you always line up the decimal. This is incorrect. This, however, is the right way to do it. 345 and 25 hundredths. Find the decimal point. It's going to be 67.4. If I try to add this number just as it is, this could get really confusing because I see blank spaces and it's kind of centered underneath the 345. That's really confusing. So anytime you have blank spaces when you're adding decimals, fill in zeros. We could fill in a 0 here too. That's not a problem. It doesn't change the value. This is saying I have 0 hundreds, 6 tens, and 7 ones. That's the same as 67 or 67, whether you have the 0 or not. Now that I have my decimals lined up and my zeros filled in, I can add as usual. 5 and 0 is 5. 2 and 4, 6. This represents 65 cents. Right now, without a decimal, it looks like $65. Let's not make that mistake. Bring this straight down. Then let's keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Write down my 2. Regroup my 1. 4, 5, and 6 is 11. Write down my 1. Carry my 10. 3 and 1 is 4. Let's do another one. I can see that both of these numbers have 3 digits. If I line it up like this, just with the 3 digits all stacked up on top of each other, what mistake did I make? I didn't line up my decimal. Right here, I'm trying to add 3 ones to 2 tens. That doesn't make any sense in the context of this problem. It doesn't actually make sense in the context of any decimal problem. So always stack up your decimal. This is wrong. 23 and 4 tenths, 3.84. So step 1, line up your decimals. Step 2, fill in zeros anywhere that the problem looks incomplete. In this case, there's only 1 number to the right of the decimal, and there are 2 here, so I'm going to fill in a 0. Right now, this is $23.40. If I add a 0, it doesn't change the value. Adding a 0 behind a decimal doesn't change my value. Now let's add as usual. Remember what to do with this decimal, bring it straight down. Let's do another one. In this case, I see I have a whole number without a decimal, and then I have a whole number with decimal values behind it. When you see a whole number without a decimal, I want you to think about it like money. This is $11. The other way that you could write $11 is 11.00, or $11.00. This did not change the value of the 11. So if you see a whole number, the invisible decimal is at the end of it. Just think about it like money to help you remember. Now it's going to be super easy to add these up. Just remember to line up your decimals and make sure all of your place values are perfectly stacked on top of each other so that you're organized, and go from there.